Before even taking office, President-elect Donald Trump has made headlines for his unconventional approach to geopolitics. One of his more audacious ideas? Buying Greenland. In late December, Trump posted on Truth Social, "For the purposes of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity." The statement sparked widespread curiosity and debate. Why Greenland? What strategic value does it hold? And more importantly, is it even possible to buy a country in the 21st century? To answer these questions, let's dive into Greenland's significance, the history of similar acquisitions, and the feasibility of Trump's ambitions. Greenland, a land of ice, opportunity, and challenges. Greenland is the largest island in the world, boasting over 2 million square kilometers of landmass. Despite its vast size, it is sparsely populated with only about 60,000 permanent residents, roughly the same as Dubuque, Iowa. Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark, colonized in the 18th century, but with ties to Danish Vikings that stretch back to the 10th century. Today, Greenland has its own parliament and prime minister, but Denmark remains responsible for its foreign policy, defense, and monetary matters. Greenland's economy revolves around fishing, tourism, and mining. Its icy expanse holds deposits of valuable minerals like gemstones, graphite, and rare earth elements. However, Greenland's extreme environment presents significant challenges for its residents. The island relies heavily on imported goods, resulting in sky-high prices for everyday items. Internet access is limited, entertainment options are sparse, and harsh living conditions contribute to widespread alcoholism and mental health issues. Despite these hardships, Greenland boasts a surprisingly high GDP per capita, nearly $66,000, thanks to its fishing industry and substantial subsidies from Denmark, which amount to $500 million annually. But for all its difficulties, Greenland's strategic location in the Arctic makes it a geopolitical prize, particularly as climate change reshapes global trade routes. A persistent obsession. Trump's Greenland ambitions. This isn't the first time Trump has expressed interest in Greenland. Back in 2019, during his presidency, he floated the idea of purchasing the island. At the time, the proposal was met with outright rejection by both Denmark and Greenland, with Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen famously calling the idea absurd. The rebuff didn't sit well with Trump, who canceled a planned state visit to Denmark in protest. Now, with another attempt at Greenland on the table, it's clear that Trump sees the island as more than just a quirky addition to his real estate portfolio. But what exactly makes Greenland so valuable? Can you really buy a country? The idea of buying and selling land between nations isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. History offers several examples, the most notable being the United States purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1867 for $7.2 million, roughly $130 million today, when adjusted for inflation. The U.S. acquired Alaska, a transaction often mocked at the time as Seward's folly, after Secretary of State William Seward. Critics derided Alaska as a barren tundra with little to no value. Russia had its reasons for selling. Following a costly defeat in the Crimean War, the Russian Empire faced severe financial strain. Alaska, situated 4,000 miles from Moscow, was difficult to defend and at risk of invasion by British forces in neighboring Canada. Selling Alaska allowed Russia to eliminate a strategic liability while gaining much-needed funds. History has proven the critics wrong. Alaska turned out to be a treasure trove of natural resources, including vast reserves of oil, gold, and other minerals. The situation with Greenland, however, is vastly different. Denmark is not financially struggling, and Greenland isn't under threat of invasion. With no pressing need to sell, Denmark has little reason to entertain Trump's proposal. The strategic significance of Greenland. At the heart of Trump's interest in Greenland lies its location in the Arctic, a region of growing geopolitical importance. Historically, Arctic shipping routes, such as the Northwest Passage, have been blocked by thick ice, making them inaccessible to commercial vessels. However, climate change is rapidly melting Arctic ice, opening up new possibilities for trade. The Northwest Passage, which runs above Canada and through Greenland's territorial waters, offers a potential shortcut for cargo ships traveling between Asia and the U.S. East Coast. A journey from Shanghai to New Jersey via the Northwest Passage would be 10,000 miles, significantly shorter than the 12,000-mile journey through the Panama Canal or the 19,000-mile route around South America. Unlike the Panama Canal, which charges hefty fees for passage, the Northwest Passage would be toll-free, potentially saving billions in shipping costs annually. Additionally, the Arctic is believed to contain untapped reserves of oil and natural gas worth hundreds of billions of dollars. While current ice conditions prevent detailed exploration, melting ice could make these resources more accessible in the future. Controlling Greenland would give the United States a significant foothold in the Arctic, allowing it to influence emerging trade routes and secure access to valuable resources. The Panama Canal Connection. Trump's recent comments about Greenland were accompanied by a statement regarding the Panama Canal. On December 21st, he posted on Truth Social, "The U.S. has a vested interest in the secure, efficient, and reliable operation of the Panama Canal. The canal was given not for the benefit of others, but merely as a token of cooperation with us in Panama. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to us in full and without question." The Panama Canal, completed in the early 1900s with U.S. funding, remains a vital artery for global trade. It allows ships to bypass the lengthy journey around South America, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. In 1999, control of the canal was transferred to Panama, which now generates approximately $5 billion in annual revenue from shipping fees. These fees are significant, covering a quarter of Panama's government budget. Trump's remarks likely stem from frustrations over Panama's control of the canal and the fees it imposes. However, his suggestion that the U.S. could take back the canal is more rhetorical than realistic, aimed at setting the stage for negotiations. The connection between Trump's comments on the Panama Canal and his interest in Greenland becomes clear when viewed through the lens of shipping routes. The Northwest Passage, if fully navigable, could rival the Panama Canal as a key trade corridor. Controlling Greenland would give the U.S. a strategic advantage in this emerging Arctic route. Challenges to U.S. ownership of Greenland. Despite Trump's ambitions, the likelihood of the U.S. purchasing Greenland is slim. Denmark values its Arctic territory, not just for its economic contributions, but also for its geopolitical significance. Moreover, the people of Greenland, who enjoy a degree of self-governance, have shown no interest in becoming part of the United States. Any attempt to purchase the island would face significant political and diplomatic hurdles. It's also worth noting that the U.S. already maintains a strategic presence in Greenland through the Thule Air Base, a key installation for missile defense and Arctic operations. This existing influence reduces the urgency for outright ownership. Final thoughts. Is Greenland worth pursuing? Trump's renewed interest in Greenland highlights the growing importance of the Arctic in global geopolitics. As climate change continues to reshape the region, countries are racing to secure their stakes in its resources and trade routes. While the idea of buying Greenland may seem far-fetched, it underscores the strategic value of the island and the shifting dynamics of global power. What do you think? Should the U.S. pursue ownership of Greenland? Or is this just another example of Trump's unorthodox approach to diplomacy? Thanks for tuning into today's video on Trump's surprising interest in Greenland and the strategic stakes of the Arctic. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on the latest in global geopolitics and economics. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Greenland is a smart move for the U.S., or is this another one of Trump's bold but improbable ideas? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And while you're here, make sure to check out some of our other videos on geopolitical strategies, controversial ideas, and global markets. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.